Hello, I'm Anthony, back on track with Littleland today. I'm making good progress on the song, even though I can't say it. I've got a guide vocal line written, so this is going to be the melody. Pauline will sing. I haven't yet written the lyrics, but I always do this first, come up with a piano guide line so that I can make sure that the melody fits well in the song, make any small adjustments before I go to the substantial effort of, first of all, writing a lyric that fits the cadence of these notes, and then getting Pauline to sing them. So it's bedding in nicely. I like the melody, we'll hear that. I've made a start on adding some keyboards to the song, but I've stopped because they're really going to conflict with the vocals, and I'm going to need to get that vocal line down before I can really figure out what's going to happen with the keyboards. We'll talk about that shortly. I've recorded the guitar solo, that's in. That's this stuff over here, we'll hear that. And I've also got some stuff on the chord track that I think is quite interesting. So without further ado, up to the end of the solo, and then I'll fade out. Let's see what we've got so far. I'm not 100% sure that I like the solo yet. I only recorded it a couple of days ago and it's still bedding in. I've even gone to the extent of panning it, adding some distortion to one side and the chorus to the other. We'll hear it on its own. Let's see if we can make a decision as to whether or not it's any good. There's no delay or reverb on this at the moment. Let's bring all the guitars in. I really can't decide. I suppose the state of indecision that I'm in is really telling me the answer, that it's not good enough, but I don't know why. I don't know whether it's the notes or the performance or combination of both or the sounds. It's a tricky one. I could very easily just ignore all of that and let it through, but my instinct is telling me it's not good enough, so I should probably listen to it. I don't know why. Something that's really interesting that I only discovered this morning, I decided to record a chord tracking because I was going to start working on these keyboards. And I wanted a bit of a chord structure over the top so that I would know basically what I was playing. So I listened to all of the various guitar parts and put the chord track down. Just as a matter of interest, let's have a listen to this keyboard line as it currently stands. That was really me just kind of noodling around, basically trying to come up with some decent melodies. This chord track, however, the fascinating thing about it is that it's highlighted an interesting thing about one of the guitar lines that I'd recorded. So this is the interesting bit of the song, and what we're focusing on is this note. It's repeated in the line. I've highlighted the guitar part that we're talking about. This note that's kind of in between G and G sharp, it sits right on the boundary. I can only presume that the G string was slightly sharp on the day that I played it, because most of the stuff that's played, there's a G, you know, the key's B flat major. There's no G sharp in B flat major. And yet, because this note's slightly sharp, it sort of lends itself to turning the underlying chord into a B flat 7. If I play just the chord track on its own, so it's a very standard perfect fifth going down to the top, the E flat, which is the chord that it's basically leading into. So it's like it's like almost a secondary dominant of the E flat major 7. So by turning that major 7 into the 7, which is not in the key of the song, but the underlying structure is ambiguous because of this kind of slightly out of tune note, I'm basically allowed to play either a B flat 7 or a B flat major 7, and they both kind of half work because they're close enough to the underlying thing that's being played. And it's absolutely true. In other sections, over here for instance, that's a B flat major 7 being played. Now that's heading into a different chord. We've got a G minor there. What I'm going to do is mute the guitars and I'll play the song with the chord track on. So here's the B flat 7, and then we head back to the standard B flat major. Now we've got the major 7 variant of the chord. They both work. And now I'm going to play a dominant 7 again. I think that's probably me hiding it. So I really enjoy the fact that I can get away with playing either of those chords by total accident. Just so happens that the one line that I chose to use out of my original recording had this this out of tune note, which is basically letting me completely cheat with the chords that I play underneath. You know, cheating obviously, LOL, there's no such thing. The other bit that I had great fun with is at the end of the section there's like a descending chord structure, and I had to decide what those descending chords were going to be. This is what I came up with. Nothing of any complexity that pushes beyond a 7th, but it's just nice to hear those underlying chords that inform the structure of the song. There's no design in any of this. The guitar lines were played completely organically, and I've simply reverse engineered from whatever notes that were being played at the time what the underlying chords are supposed to be. This will be really helpful when I come on to record the keyboard parts, because I'll know what the underlying structure is, and then that's going to help me to decide what keyboard lines to play. I can't really do that at the moment though, because this guide vocal isn't sufficiently substantial. It's not as big, you know, it's not as frequency filled as Pauline's voice is going to be when she sings those notes. So I don't think I can really lay a keyboard line down because it competes with the same frequency range. So I have to be very careful. The next thing for me to do is write lyrics for this song and get that done. I also decided that since I was doing a tutorial series on the Fairlight CMI at the moment, I'll put a link above actually if you want to head out and have a look at how the CMI works. It's a really wonderful synth. I thought, you know, I'm going to use that in this song. I'm kind of deeply immersed in it at the moment, so it seems like a perfect opportunity to restriction breeds creativity kind of thing. I'm going to use that keyboard, that synthesizer, and I'll figure out, you know, what sounds are sympathetic with this song. So the one that I've got dialed up at the moment is this quite distorted, not really sure, distorted electric piano bell synth kind of thing. But it doesn't have a place until the vocals go in, so it's just going to have to wait. Anyway, that's Littleland up to date. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.